everybody. I'm very, very excited because I came home and this big old box was on my doorstep, which is my kit to start consulting and just basically my step into Usborne's Books and More's world. So I decided to do a video opening this and seeing what all I got because each kit varies. So here we go. Alright. Okay, so the box within a box. First one I have is the Usborne Travel Pocket Doodling and Coloring Book. And so each page is just filled with things that they can do. Give these penguins skis and poles. Some might like hats and scarves. Decorate the hot air balloons. Doodle different faces on these different glasses. So this would be perfect for obviously travel on an airplane ride or a car ride or something that way. And of course, for rainy days, things like that. So probably be more for elementary plus age. Your toddlers might be able to do it if you help them out with the instructions. But this is great. Baby's very first slide and see animals. I don't know if you can see. They're hiding, then they come out. So you can do something like, you know, what would this tail be? What do you think it is? Oh, it's a monkey. So it has lots of color to catch the baby's attention. And just short little words that you can read along with them. It's not so much a story as it's just introducing the love of books to them. Hello, baby. Bleat, chirp, munch, munch. And so you take the giraffe to eat. Hello, ants. And you can't really see it, but like these are kind of punched out. So it just gives a little bit more texture in the book. Just something for the kids to feel on, even though you're not doing anything with them. It's just something a little bit different. And slurp, you're grabbing the fly. So very, very cute for the little ones for starting your nursery library. Hey Jack, the new friend. Hey Jack is perfect for the kiddos that are not quite at chapter book age, but really want to be, because it really is a chapter book, but you can see it has big font and lots of spacing, and then the big, bold, kind of crazy font to catch their attention. It still has some pictures in it. So it says, this is Jack. Jack has found a lost puppy. It is so cute, but can he convince his mom and dad to let him keep it? So, so for the kids that are reading on their own, but they don't want to get overwhelmed by like a Harry Potter or something, this is a nice little stepping stone. Oh my goodness. Usborne Illustrated Norse Myths. This is amazing. Who doesn't love Norse mythology? Especially with the popularity of Thor and the Avengers right now. That's just a nice little segue into, hey, did you know that Thor is an actual, Norse god, and you want to learn more and you get him into this. There's lots of not only just, you know, words, there's still there's nice illustrations in it. And so this is great because it's all stories in it. It's fiction and mythology, but it's giving you a peek into another culture. So it's still teaching and still educational. So let me see, and it even talks about the frost giants in it. So again, you can tie it back to the movie and try and snag your, I would probably say, you know, 12, 13, you know, 11, that age, kind of snag them into learning more and diving into the nonfiction world. Okay. Extreme sports. Oh, these will be fun for like the preteen and teenagers in there. Base jumping. This actually has photographs instead of just illustrations. There are some illustrations as well, like this one's on paragliding. So for your little daredevils that, you know, want to get more into it and don't know which one they want to do, you know, this would be a great one because it goes over anything from, as, you know, kind of simple as BMX, you know, bicycles, and freestyle and things like that, to, you know, something as crazy as the base jumping and things like that. So this one is a lot of fun, you know, for nonfiction. Okay. How flowers grow. So it just goes through mixing a little bit of some photos and some realistic drawings and kind of what the difference between how they, you know, basically how they grow. You know, whether they have a seed or they have a bulb, or they use their, you know, they use their flowers, and how the flowers go from a bud to a flower, pollen and nectar, you know, all the different steps to it. So, oh, it even has a thing on killer plants. So this would be great for elementary age, nonfiction, and even though it's something so simple, it could be used in their, they're starting to do science fair stuff. So if they need to do an experiment or something, they can get their information from here in a way that they can understand it, and it's not relying on you to going and Googling and getting them this really, like, thorough paper on flowers, and then you're having to water it down for them. This is information that they can process on their own. Okay, so Muddle and Match is probably one of the reasons that I fell in love with this, because this book can be read a different way each time you read it. So basically what it is the cover, the back cover and the front cover are the only full sheets. Everything else are these divided into thirds. So you have these really cool alliteration words. So Pete the plucky pirate pleads with Percy, his peculiar parrot, to prepare to paddle the Pacific. So you guys can practice it with all of the different P's and almost like a little tongue twister, or you muddle and match it. So let's say Simon the speedy spaceman knows he will need to be nimble to wade in the water with Wanda the witch. So you can turn it into all of these different things. They make sense on their own or all mixed up. So it's a fun book for toddlers to elementary age, preschool, things like that, that you could either read with them and again get them into books, or you can they can start reading on their own. So this is a great book, and I'm very excited. I cannot wait to show it to Jude because his Muddle and Match book that we ordered has not come in yet. 100 Paper Spaceships. I love this because not only does it teach you how to fold the different spaceships, all the instructions on it. It's filled with paper that they tear out and they fold. They make their spaceships out of. So it's amazing, really cool, really realistic looking spaceships. So it'll tell you, like in the corner, it has this purple spaceship right here. So you know you get this paper and you go to the Star Cruiser, and that's how you fold it. So each paper kind of coincides with a different spaceship. Perfect for rainy days, for car rides, for just something for your kiddos to do that teaches them how to follow instructions and teaches them kind of manual dexterity with their fingers. And definitely for a little bit older kids, older elementary age to middle school, because otherwise you're going to end up folding all of them if you get them to them for a little bit too young. But this is a very cool activity book. The Usborne Science Encyclopedia. I am thrilled to have this because, first of all, there's really no way that Wikipedia can replace Encyclopedia, especially when you look at how they set theirs up. I mean, look at this art, look at that photo, and the diagrams, and everything that they have in there that you could ever possibly need to know. I mean, look, this one's on dynamics. So, like the Newton's law of motion, inertia, momentum, conservation of momentum. It applies. It shows that dynamics, something that you learn in science class, can apply to baseball. So it takes what you're learning and applies it to your real life, and they go, oh, so that's why that happens, or that's why I need that. So this is, again, a great way for them to look up and be able to process the information in a way that they can and they can understand it, and teaches them, responsibility and being able to do stuff on their own. And this is just an amazing book. They have so many of these different encyclopedias. They have, this one in particular has over 180 different QR links. So it has this QR code, you scan it, and it takes you to the website that teaches you more. So it goes beyond what's printed on the page, and it takes you and dives you into that subject. So I cannot even go on enough about the encyclopedias. They are really known for their education books, Usborne is, and that's why, because they're amazing like that. Okay, so this is a catalog. A little letter for me. Let's see what else is in here. The very first book of things to spot out and about. So they have this is a part of a series. This is obviously the very first book of things, but they have different levels that get harder and harder as the older you go. So this one would be for a little, toddlers, great for in your nursery, and you read it with them, and then they can kind of go on their own. Like at the farm, can you spot a sheepdog? All right, there it is. Which goat is different? And so they're looking at these three goats, and which goat is different, and I don't know if you can tell, but you know, this little goat has a beard, this little goat has a beard, this one doesn't. So this is, you know, this is a really cool game that will, or book that will teach them how to kind of think critically and look at the book and figure things out on their own. And really, all you're doing is introducing these little questions to them. So you can, you know, read the book once, and can you see an orange crab? And that's all that you do on this page. And so you don't have to drag it out for the entire time that it would take you to read every single thing. You can kind of do it in chunks, and it keeps the kids' attention span, and it keeps them excited about it because it's a new book every time. So the very first book of things is Spot. The Fairy Ponies coloring book. So, you know, not all of Usborne is education. Some of it is just fun activities for them to do. And there is a little bit of reading in it, and it kind of tells what's going on in the book. And then your little one just go to town, whether they color in the lines or not, and make this world whatever they imagine it to be. The first sticker book, Dinosaurs. Again, this is a whole series of books. This one happens to be the first one. This is for the little ones. But it goes on and on and on, and it kind of gets more in-depth on the different stickers. So you have, you know, giant dinosaurs. Sauropods were huge dinosaurs with very large necks. Stick them on the picture. So huge dinosaurs, very large necks. You go to the back with this, and there it is, giant dinosaurs, huge dinosaurs with very large necks. So they can put them on that world, and you know, they decide they want the family, they want the big guy, they want the little guy hiding in the rock. Whatever they want to do, you know, they decorate their books with the stickers. So, again, another just fun activity book. Just to keep on the shelf, so that way whenever kids come up to you and say, Mom, I'm bored, you say, did you check the shelf? Did you check the books? You know, encourage them to figure it out on their own how to occupy their time. Okay, an Usborne Flack book, See Inside Trains. So, this one is actually the second or maybe third step on the flat book series. So there's like peek inside and see inside. So this one's for a little bit older, and it is just amazing information on trains. Most little flat books are just like, you know, toddler age, just to kind of keep their attention. But this has a lot of information. I mean, and look at it. Look how wide it opens up. But, like, cabins called sleeping cars had bedrooms and separate bathrooms. And you open it up, and it says, during the day, cabins had comfortable seats. At night, servants folded down beds from the cabin walls. So, it just tells you all kinds of information about trains. So, for your, you know, little one that's just obsessed with the train and what happens with it and how it goes and who goes in it and what types of trains there is, this is a great book for them to read and really engage in. So they have lots of different see insides and a couple different new ones. I think Space Station is one of the new ones, but this is a great series of books. Okay, Sticker Dressing Heroes. This is a sticker book for a little bit of the older kids because they, you know, need a little bit more of the dexterity to put it where it actually goes. So it comes with them and, like, you know, they're underwear Arctic explorers. They're obviously going to be wearing long johns. So then you go and you look at the back and look, there's the Arctic explorers. And so you can dress them in an insulated jacket. You can do an explorer's rubber immersion suit. So it's again, it gets them thinking, and what would you need in that situation? How would you dress if you were doing that? And you can have all kinds of conversations with them. It's really a conversation starter, this book. It's not just something for them to do while, to get out of your hair. You could really go in depth with it. So, secret agents, police, coastal rescue. So this one is more geared to the boys. Obviously, your little girl can do it too. And obviously, either way, the little girl can do the princess dressing up. It, really doesn't matter. But this way, the little boys aren't, feeling left out that they don't get that sticker book. So, this is a really cool activity book for them. Okay. Underpants for Ants. Usborne Phonics readers. So, you can see it has the pictures of really big font, small words. So this is great for the beginner and readers, or it's a great book that if you're reading it to your child, it's not so much words that they lose attention. Nan sells fancy fans and lamps, handbells, clamshells, pans, and stamps. So you can hear those sounds that are repeating as well as the rhyme of the word. But customers just stay away, and so she sits and knits all day. So, it's a fun book. A lively story with irresistible illustrations. This book is a delight to share with very young children. It can also be enjoyed by children who are beginning to read themselves. The simple rhyming text help to develop essential language and early reading skills, and there are guidance notes for parents in the back of the book. So, she's making, underpants for ants. So she sits and sits and sits, and then, she meets some ants, and they go, they kind of go get to know each other a little bit, and she makes them some underpants, and so then she has, a friend. So, very cute little book. Jonathan James and the What If Monster. This book is more of a teaching book, in that it teaches not so much education, but how they should kind of look at life. The Jonathan James is the What If Monster is basically that this little boy just has this what if monster that gets on his shoulder and just talk in his ear. So no matter what he wants to do, the what if monster starts talking and asking him, kind of like the worst case scenarios. What if it's hard? What if you're bad? What if they laugh and make you feel sad? So he wants to play baseball, but the what if monster's like whispering in his ear. He wants to go to sleep in his room. What if it's dark? What if it's scary? What if there's something giant and hairy? He's going through all of this until finally Jonathan James says, "Now wait just a minute, I have something to say after hearing what ifs all through the day. I hear your words, I hear all your claims, but what if you're wrong?" asked Jonathan James. "What if I climb to the top of that tree and never slip or skin up my knee? And what if I jump right into that pool and everyone thinks I look really cool? And what if baseball's nothing but fun and I end up hitting a triple home run?" So it's like addressing their fears and going, over it, doing it anyway. And so it's a really cool book. This is a great book for you to read to your kids, for them to read to themselves. So I'm very excited to have this book in my kit. Oh, we're getting towards the end. Oh. I'm a Dirty Dinosaur. This one is, we have a couple different ways that you can purchase the book. Different books. They can be, soft cover like this. They can be hardcover. We have a library bound. So, there's a lot of different ways you can get a book. Because sometimes you really like this book, but I'm not a fan of soft cover because they rip. So you get it in hardcover. You're not limited. by the covers. I'm a dirty dinosaur with a dirty snout. I never wipe it clean. I just sniff and snuff about. So this sniff, sniff, snuff, snuff, sniff, and snuff about. I'm a dirty dinosaur with a dirty face. I never have a wash. I just shake about the place. Shake, 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 shake about the place. So this one's a lot of fun because the kids can kind of read along with you with these colorful words. They get to memorize and know what you're going to say. And so you could read the black and then they read the colors, and it really makes it an interactive book. And they really like saying, you can make up a little silly dance or a movement to go with those colorful words. And so it'll really turn this into a very entertaining book for them, and it'll definitely become one of their favorites. I'm a dirty dinosaur. On the space station. Okay, so this is a Shine a Light book, and I do not know if I can, let me see if I will be able to demonstrate it, even though my lights are on. I really hope so. So, the Shine a Light series, and this is actually one of the brand new ones on the space station. What it does, it's a great book, and it teaches them about the space station and about life there. So, let me see. At last, the spaceship joins one of the 4 docking points on the space station. What do the astronauts find inside the space station? So you take your phone, you take a flashlight, whatever you want. So I'm going to turn on my phone's light. And you kind of open it up and shine it behind. And let me see if it'll let you see. Do you see the astronaut kind of sitting there? They're floating around in there. So, it's a great book. The kids love it. They get to, kind of take a peek behind. Astronauts are busy from the moment they wake up. They have to work, but they need to keep fit too. They exercise for 2 hours every day. Which exercise machine is this astronaut using? So you shine the light, and it shows like an X-ray. You can see it, and then you turn the page, and it shows you exactly what you just saw. This astronaut is using a running machine to keep fit. He is strapped to keep him from floating away. So it is a really cool series. There's a lot of different Shine a Lights, the flashlight books, some people call them. So you read it with them. They can read it on their own if they're a little bit older. But it's a lot of fun, and it's a very cool way to teach them something new. Obviously they're learning about the space station and what goes on there, and how the astronauts survive. And it's nonfiction in a fiction way, I guess you could say, in a fun, definitely a fun way. Okay. Okay, those are all not things. Okay. So, 2 things left. The That's Not My series. These are Usborne's Touchy Feely books. These are for the little ones, like 6, 8, 10-month-old, a year-old. You're getting them into books. You're giving them a love of books. You are introducing this world to them. This little transport that will take them on these different adventures through a book. So, That's Not My Meerkat. There's That's Not My Dog, all kinds of That's Not My. This delightful series of board books is aimed at very young children. The bright pictures with their patches of different textures are designed to develop sensory and language awareness. Babies and toddlers will love turning the pages and touching the feely patches. So, I don't know if you can see it. It's got little furry ears. So that's not my meerkat. Its cheeks are too squishy. And you feel its little squishy cheeks, and you actually press against it, and it is squishy. It's got a little padding in there. That's not my meerkat. Its back is too fuzzy. And you feel it, and it's got a little fuzzy back. That's not my meerkat. Its nose is too smooth, and it's a nice smooth nose, so it teaches them textures too. What does smooth feel like? What does fuzzy feel like? What is soft? What is squishy? All of these things. So it's a great, great book for the kids that need that extra attention, you know, that like that sensory input, you know, for all kids really. Then That's Not My series. Perfect for any nursery. Last book. This is another reason that I purchased, you know, these for my son, that I got into this business, the Wipe Clean books. How many times have you gone to the bookstore and gotten a activity book for your child, and it's, you know, it's real big and thick, and you're so excited they're gonna just learn so much, and they're gonna practice this and practice that, and they go and you get it home and you're gonna just be good about it. You're gonna take out one page at a time or a section at a time, and you accidentally leave it out one time, and they take and they color all over everything, and they scratch up the pages, and they scribble so hard that it rips everything, and that book that you just spent $20, $25 on is now completely worthless because you can't use it. Or maybe you buy it for your oldest child, and then by the time your next child's there, you got to buy another one, and your next child comes, you have to buy another one, and so you're buying these books over and over again. It's the exact same book, it's the exact same activity. Wipe Clean, you don't have to. It is a laminate book. I don't know, you can definitely see how it's shiny in my screen. And it comes with a pin on it. So the Wipe Clean alphabet, it has all these different places. You can see with the lines, you circle, you follow the C, the curve of the C. And you take it, and it's the same concept, you know, do the circle for the tires. You can do the cat, the cap, the cow, and so you can follow along with the cactus. And the D, the dinosaur, the donkey, the duck, and the dog. It teaches them not only the letters and how to, you know, manipulate and draw the letters, but what words, you know, what sounds go with those letters. And then just pen control in general. Just practicing with that pen, you know, gets them more, you know, it's just good for them. So then at the very end, you go through, and it has all the different letters. There are a ton of different levels of this. There's this isn't even the beginner one. There's even one lower. So this would be for like kids that are starting kindergarten, pre-K, you know, things like that. My son, I got one of the pen control one. So it's just lines and circles, and, you know, just following this, you know, and getting used to using a pen. There's Wipe Clean Math, has to do with time, you know, all kinds of stuff, and so it's reusable. You can use it over and over again. He can work on his A's over and over again. You don't have to worry that, okay, well, you finished all the A's, so I really hope that you got it now, because we don't have any other pages for you to do. He can go through and work on, you know, you could work on one letter for 3 days, and then move to the next. And so this is a great series, the Wipe Clean series. I know that you're going to want that. And I'm so sad to be all done with my books. But I'm so excited to be able to go on this journey with you guys and fill up your child's bookshelf, but more importantly, fill up their mind with imagination and knowledge and wonder and just a little bit of whimsy and I hope that you will join me on this journey, and that together we can go through and we can just make the world a better place through books. Because I truly believe that if you set the foundation of reading with your kids, and you not only give them that love of reading, but you really just instill how important it is, they know how to read. They can figure out how to do anything else. You can read any instructions, do any of the research that you need to do to go into whatever field you need to go on. So it is literally a foundation for the rest of their life. And so I really am excited to do this, and I hope that you tag along. Bye.